The Second Shift: Why Equality at Work Doesn't Mean Equality at Home. A TED Talk by Erin Piccioli. Working an extremely draining 12-hour ER shift, and the time comes when you get to clock out and go home. The only thing you want to do is take a hot shower and sit on the couch with some wholesome food and lose yourself in a mindless television series. The reality for millions of women across the world is that when you walk through the door into your home, your second job begins. And for a long time, we did not even have a name for it. But in 1989, sociologist Arlie Hochschild gave this invisible burden a name: the second shift, the unpaid labor of cooking, cleaning, and caregiving that follows a paid workday. Sure, women have made big moves in education and the workforce, but at home, not much has changed. According to the Pew Research Center, dads are helping out more than they used to, but moms are still doing almost double the childcare and housework. That is what we call progress. But let us be real, it is not equality. When we talk about housework and caregiving, it might seem like a personal issue, but it is deeply political. Conflict theory explains this inequality as a power imbalance in the home, which is connected to society's broader gender hierarchies. Those that are holding more power, the men, typically, benefit from a system that allows them to avoid unpaid domestic work while women shoulder the emotional and physical labor that keeps families functioning. This is not about being tired, it's about being taken advantage of. Unpaid labor fuels men's success while women pay the price with their time, their well-being, and their careers. And, as conflict theorists point out, those who receive help from this imbalance are not likely to change it on their own. They count on outdated gender norms to keep the system running exactly as it is. Feminist theory dives deeper. It says the second shift reflects patriarchal expectations about what women should do: care, clean, sacrifice. This labor is not just unequal, it is devalued. And when it is invisible, it is easier to dismiss. And the research backs this up. Bianchi and her team found that, sure, men are doing more work around the house than they used to, but women are still doing most of the work, even when both partners have full-time jobs. Craig and Mullen looked at families in different countries and found something similar. Even when dads pitch in with childcare, moms are still the ones juggling more tasks and carrying the emotional weight. So it's not just about time, it's about the mental load too. And here's why this matters. When unpaid labor is not shared equally, it limits women's full participation in society. During the COVID-19 pandemic, millions of women left the workforce, not because they wanted to, but because the second shift became unsustainable. When schools closed and childcare disappeared, mothers were the ones expected to pick up the slack. My husband, for instance, had to create a home office for himself where he could take calls and meetings without the background noise of the children. But where was my space? Where was the space for me to get away and do what I needed to get done? Why was it automatically assumed that I would help the kids through their remote learning? We say we want equality, but we will not get there until we talk about what happens after 5 p.m. It is time to recognize, redistribute, and revalue domestic labor. That means creating more supportive policies like paid family leave and flexible schedules. It also means having honest conversations in our homes, because change does not start in boardrooms. It starts at the dinner table with a sink full of dishes and a partner who says, "I've got this."